What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most shocking returns, the most brutal beatdowns, and the most jaw-dropping moments in WWE. If you're new here, stop what you're doing, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications because what we're about to break down is absolutely insane. Today we're talking about one of the most explosive and shocking moments in recent WWE history. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, returned out of nowhere and absolutely demolished Bron Breakker in a display of raw power and dominance that left the entire WWE universe speechless. This wasn't just an attack. This was a statement. This was Brock Lesnar reminding everyone why he's the most dangerous man in professional wrestling. Let's break down every brutal detail. Before we get into the carnage, let's talk about the context that made this moment so significant. Bron Breakker has been on an absolute tear recently. The second-generation superstar carrying the legendary Steiner name has been destroying everyone in his path. His combination of power, speed, and intensity has made him one of the most talked-about rising stars in all of WWE. Breakker has been vocal about being the future of WWE, about representing the next generation, and about how the old guard needs to step aside. His confidence isn't just talk. He's been backing it up with dominant performances week after week. Bron has been running through veterans and young stars alike, making it clear he believes his time is now. The Steiner legacy runs deep in Breakker's veins, and he's been showing he's worthy of that legendary family name. The power moves, the explosive athleticism, the intensity that made his uncle Scott Steiner and his father Rick Steiner famous, it's all there in Bron. He's been positioned as the next big thing, and rightfully so based on his performances. But Bron made one critical mistake. He started calling out legends. In recent promos, Breakker had been talking about how the old generation had their time, and now it's time for them to get out of the way. He specifically mentioned how part-timers who show up occasionally shouldn't be taking spots from full-time performers like himself. Those words would come back to haunt him. Now let's talk about Brock Lesnar, because understanding who Brock is makes this moment even more impactful. The Beast Incarnate is unlike anyone else in WWE history. Former UFC heavyweight champion, NCAA Division I wrestling champion, and one of the most accomplished WWE superstars ever. Brock Lesnar has conquered everything there is to conquer in combat sports. Brock doesn't show up to WWE programming every week like a regular superstar. When the Beast appears, it means something. It's an event. It's must-see television, and someone is about to get absolutely destroyed. Lesnar operates on his own schedule, showing up when he wants, and leaving destruction in his wake. That unpredictability is part of what makes him so special. The Beast Incarnate has ended careers, broken streaks, and dominated everyone put in front of him. From The Undertaker to John Cena to Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar has beaten the absolute best. He moves like someone half his size despite being a 280-pound monster. The combination of speed, power, and legitimate fighting ability makes him the most dangerous person in WWE. The moment itself happened on Raw in the most shocking way possible. Bron Breakker was in the ring cutting a promo, talking about his dominance, his future championship aspirations, and once again mentioning how legends need to retire and let the new generation take over. The crowd was split. Some fans loved Breakker's confidence, others were booing his disrespect. Then it happened. That unmistakable music hit. The pyro exploded. The arena absolutely erupted. Brock Lesnar's entrance theme shook the entire building, and the crowd went from whatever they were feeling to pure electricity in an instant. Bron Breakker's confident expression immediately changed to shock and concern. The Beast Incarnate was here. Brock Lesnar stormed down to the ring with intensity and purpose radiating from every step. This wasn't a casual appearance or a friendly confrontation. You could see in Brock's eyes that violence was coming. He rolled under the bottom rope, and Bron Breakker, to his credit, didn't back down. The young lion was about to face the ultimate predator. The stare-down was absolutely electric. Bron Breakker, at 6 feet tall and 240 pounds, is an impressive physical specimen. But standing across from Brock Lesnar, you could see the size and presence difference. Lesnar is an absolute unit, and the aura of danger surrounding him was palpable. The crowd was going absolutely insane. Bron made the first move, trying to take the fight to Brock before the Beast could attack. Breakker threw a punch, then another, trying to use his speed and aggression. But Brock Lesnar just absorbed the shots, barely flinching, and that's when everyone knew Bron Breakker was in serious trouble. Brock exploded into action, and what followed was one of the most one-sided beatdowns in recent memory. Lesnar grabbed Breakker and delivered a massive overhead belly-to-belly suplex that sent Bron flying across the ring. The impact was sickening, and Breakker crashed hard. But the Beast was just getting started. Before Bron could even recover, Brock grabbed him again and delivered another suplex. Then another. And another. The arena was counting along as Lesnar delivered suplex after suplex after suplex. We're talking about German suplexes, belly-to-belly suplexes, and each one was delivered with more force than the last. Bron Breakker, the dominant force who had been unstoppable, was being thrown around like a ragdoll. The contrast was shocking to witness. Bron Breakker, who had been manhandling opponents with ease, was completely outmatched by Brock Lesnar's superior power and experience. Every time Bron tried to fight back, Brock would just overwhelm him with raw strength. This was a masterclass in dominance from the Beast Incarnate. Lesnar took the beating outside the ring, throwing Breakker into the barricade with devastating force. The sound of Bron's body crashing into the steel was brutal. Security and officials tried to intervene, but Brock just threw them aside like they were nothing. Nobody was stopping the Beast when he was in this mode. Brock cleared the announce table with one powerful sweep, sending monitors and equipment flying everywhere. Michael Cole and the commentary team had to evacuate quickly. Everyone in the arena and watching at home knew what was coming next. Something devastating was about to happen, and Bron Breakker was the target. Lesnar grabbed the younger Breakker and delivered an F5 through the announce table. The table exploded on impact, and Bron was left lying in the wreckage, barely moving. But even that wasn't enough for Brock. The Beast pulled Breakker from the debris and rolled him back into the ring. The message was clear. Brock wasn't done making his point. Back in the ring, Lesnar delivered another F5, this time on the canvas. Bron crashed down hard, and you could see he was completely out of it. The dominant star who had been running through the roster was laid out, destroyed by a returning Brock Lesnar who made it look effortless. Brock Lesnar stood over the fallen Bron Breakker, not even breathing hard, barely showing any signs of exertion. That's how easy it was for the Beast to dismantle someone the WWE Universe had been viewing as unstoppable. Lesnar grabbed a microphone and delivered a short but impactful message, something along the lines of, "The Beast is back, and nobody is ready for me." The visual of Brock Lesnar standing tall over the destroyed body of Bron Breakker was absolutely iconic. It was a passing of the torch moment, except the torch wasn't being passed. It was being violently ripped away and used to set everything on fire. Brock made it crystal clear that he's still the alpha predator in WWE. Medical personnel rushed to check on Bron Breakker as Brock slowly walked up the ramp, his music playing, pyro exploding, and the crowd absolutely losing their minds. The energy in that arena was indescribable. Some fans were shocked at the brutality, others were thrilled to see the Beast back in action, and everyone was talking about what they just witnessed. The commentary team sold this perfectly. They were emphasizing how dominant Bron had been and how Brock Lesnar just completely dismantled him in minutes. The shock in their voices, the disbelief at the level of destruction, it all added to the moment and made it feel even more significant. Social media absolutely exploded after this segment. Within minutes, Brock Lesnar was trending worldwide. Clips of the beatdown were being shared everywhere. Wrestling fans, MMA fans, sports fans in general were all talking about the Beast's return and the message he sent. The viral nature of this moment was exactly what WWE wanted. Let's analyze why this moment was so brilliantly executed. First, nobody saw it coming. Brock's return wasn't advertised or teased. The element of surprise made it so much more impactful. In an era where everything leaks online, WWE managed to keep this secret, and that made the shock value through the roof. Second, choosing Bron Breakker as the victim was genius booking. Bron has been positioned as the future, as the next big thing. Having Brock destroy him doesn't hurt Bron, it actually elevates him. He was important enough for Brock Lesnar to return specifically to put him in his place. That's a weird form of respect in wrestling. Third, the one-sided nature of the beatdown was necessary. If Bron had gotten significant offense in, it would have diminished Brock's aura. The Beast needed to look absolutely dominant, unstoppable, and on a different level. The beating accomplished that while also showing Bron's toughness for surviving it. From a storytelling perspective, this creates incredible opportunities moving forward. Does Bron Breakker seek revenge? Does he come back stronger and more dangerous? Does this humble him or make him more aggressive? The character development possibilities for Breakker are endless. For Brock Lesnar, this return re-establishes him at the absolute top of WWE's hierarchy. There's been so much talk about new stars, fresh faces, the next generation. Brock just sent a message that none of that matters when the Beast is around. He's still the final boss of WWE. The timing is perfect too. Royal Rumble season is approaching, WrestleMania is on the horizon, and having Brock Lesnar back in the mix elevates everything. His presence makes any storyline feel bigger, any match feel more important. Brock Lesnar is box office, and WWE knows it. Think about the potential matches this creates. Brock versus current champions, Brock in the Royal Rumble, Brock in dream matches against people he's never faced. The booking possibilities are endless, and all of them are money. Every match Brock is in feels like a main event. The psychology of this segment was perfect. Bron talking about legend stepping aside, then getting destroyed by a returning legend, creates that beautiful irony that makes wrestling storytelling so satisfying. Bron literally got what he asked for, attention from a legend, just not in the way he wanted. For younger fans who might not be fully familiar with Brock's legacy, this segment was an education. They got to see firsthand why Brock Lesnar is considered one of the most dominant forces in WWE history. The visual of him destroying someone as impressive as Bron Breakker tells the whole story. The production values were outstanding. The camera work capturing every suplex, every impact, every expression on both men's faces. The instant replays showing the brutality from multiple angles. WWE's production team made this feel like the huge moment it was. This also creates interesting dynamics with other roster members. If Brock Lesnar can destroy Bron Breakker this easily, what does that mean for everyone else? The paranoia and concern this creates throughout the roster is delicious drama that can fuel multiple storylines. From a business standpoint, Brock Lesnar returning is huge for ratings, ticket sales, and overall interest in WWE. Casual fans who might not watch regularly will tune in when they hear Brock is back. That mainstream appeal is valuable in today's competitive entertainment landscape. The match quality we can expect from Brock moving forward is exciting. Yes, he's a part-timer, but when Brock Lesnar has a match, it's an event. His matches at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and other premium live events are consistently memorable. Quality over quantity is Brock's approach. One interesting aspect is how this affects Bron Breakker's trajectory. Does this loss slow his momentum, or does it give him a chip on his shoulder that makes him even better? In wrestling, how you respond to setbacks often defines your character. This could be the making of Breakker as a main event player. The respect Brock showed Bron by even targeting him is significant. The Beast doesn't bother with wrestlers he doesn't view as threats or relevant. By choosing Breakker for this beatdown, Brock acknowledged Bron's status as someone important enough to put in his place. That's valuable in the long run. Looking at historical context, Brock has a pattern of returning to make statements. Whether it was attacking Mysterio, confronting Roman, or ending streaks, Brock's returns always create unforgettable moments. This return fits perfectly into that legacy and will be talked about for years. Alright, Wrestling vs. Family, time to hear from you. Were you shocked by Brock's return? Do you think Bron Breakker will get revenge? What should happen next? Who do you want to see Brock face? Drop all your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Let's discuss. If this breakdown got you as hyped as the actual return did, smash that like button. Subscribe to Wrestling Verse for the absolute best coverage of WWE's biggest moments and most shocking developments. Turn on notifications so you never miss our content. Share this video with wrestling fans who need to see this incredible moment broken down. Let's spread the word about the Beast's return and get everyone talking about what comes next. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next video where we'll continue bringing you in-depth analysis of everything happening in WWE. Until next time, remember, the Beast Incarnate is back, and nobody is safe. This is Wrestling Verse, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace out.